And they're going to start pressuring. Paranoia used as well. There's so much utility on Zellsis. Position almost manages to come out with a double. The second goes his way, and that's the Rolling Thunder. A chance to isolate this duel. What a clutch from Zellsis. That should have been impossible.
Welcome back to another video. Today we are looking at how you can exploit your opponent's bad positioning when you are in the clutch or down on numbers versus your opponents. In these rounds, we're going to look at from C9 how they took advantage of 100 Thieves in really bad positions when they should have the advantage and be able to close out the rounds. Okay, so what we're going to notice in certain sections of these rounds is how C9 really play the mid to late round as a good squad, as a team. You can see 100 Thieves, they're going to get this opening pick here. A little bit unlucky timing for Ye. Thinks they would have pushed out by now, but he pulls away a little bit too early. Whether you want to call that unlucky timing or a mistake can come down to a number of different variables. So straight after that kill on Ye, you can see that C9 is grouped up 3 and 1 in 2 different spots versus 100 Thieves in a 2-1-2 setup. These two are completely on the other side of the map. Derek here is smoked off right here, and then we have 2 out alone on site. So we've got a numbers advantage as we push into site here for C9. They should be able to take the space. With the smokes, they run out and cover the angles. Now Leaf wins a really important fight here. He gets taken down to 1 HP, but gets the right click back here on Cryo. What I would have liked to have seen is Vanity pushing up into tower here with him, but you can see it actually works out for them in the end. The right click comes here on Bang, and on reaction to that, you can see Vanity pushes up behind tower, and Zellsis comes in from the front of tower just to crunch this player out. Again, nice team play, able to trade out their teammates. And Zeppa's going to be able to come into arcade here and get this nice angle on the cross. Now we have this really interesting smoke here that comes out from Vanity, and this is key to winning this round here as well, because what Vanity is going to do is going to creep here into this little pocket where he's going to get this off angle, and the smoke protrudes past it. So anyone pushing out the smoke would have to clear backwards unless they did a really hard right angle clear to clear him out. It also allows the tower player to take these fights down here without having to worry about the fights from Gen. And so it allows them to get this really nice little positioning setup. And 100 Thieves, they're doing really well to group here early, but you can see it breaks down quite quickly. Arsena is all the way already pushing into this smoke here. Then we have Stella looking down arcade, and Derek is really far back from when he stuns. As you can see, Zepp is able to see that cross. He notifies Vanity that they're pushing through. Vanity gets the kill into the back of Arsena, and then this all happens really quickly. So let's go back a second. So Zeppa's playing almost back on this angle. So if you were to quickly clear this and look up this way, seeing to this point is all you're going to get. And Zeppa's just playing back behind that, so he can actually see them as they come late past the cross. So he's playing in a really safe position, and he's going to be able to threaten, even if he doesn't get the kill here, he's going to be able to threaten walking down here and creating a crunch. Zellsis has already started falling away. I probably would have liked him to see play with Vanity jiggling tower for the trade. But I also don't mind the walking back here to regroup with Zeppa. And as you can see, Zeppa gets one. And then as the contact is made with Zeppa, Vanity W keys into the smoke to help create this crunch and trade out. Derek, it doesn't even need the trade out. He catches Derek off guard as he tries to push into sight. So a really nice smoke there from Vanity, and really nice positionings from C9. 100 Thieves getting broken up and not having any fair fights in that final 3v3, and C9 walk away with 3 players living. Okay, so here we come to a very, very nice clutch here from Zellsis in this round. A huge impact round for C9. As you can see, C9 is currently on pretty much a full eco. They do have the chamber ult on A to invest, and this Phantom is actually going to end up on Leaf because he's the duelist. He's going to be taking the first contact. One detail to note about this is that if you are playing a hero rifle in an eco round, make sure that you are playing with that rifle in the largest group of numbers that you are playing, so that there is the most opportunities for someone to pick up that gun if you die with it. Starting off this round, we have the chamber trip up dish, as well as Cryo watching that, and we have Yay posted up outside A main. Now 100 Thieves is going to invest a lot of util here to control A main. They got a breach stun, a satchel out. They try and re-clear it with Prowler, C9, and Cryo hits this really nice downward flick onto Leaf. Untradeable gets out as the chamber. You can see the Omen smokes here as well. They really want to control A main. And C9, you can see Vanity. He's looking to run away from sewers, but I think there might have been a call from Yay here or something. Is like, they're here, let me get a pick, I can open this up. And that's exactly what ends up happening. Yay gets this nice shot on Arsena. The breach ult comes out to clear him, and he gets traded, and Derek hits a nice double spray here. And so C9 decides to full send it here. Now this is a 2v4 situation. Cryo hits a nice shot popping out of the smoke and gets traded by Zellsis. And now Zellsis is left in a 1v3. It was a 1v4 for a fraction of a second. This really nice stun here from Derek comes out to stop him from crossing to site. And Zellsis plays this really, really smart. He doesn't try and just force his way through. He takes his time. He goes back to the smoke. He's still got 46 seconds to get the spike from here to here. Like, he's got plenty of time here. He's got smoke coverage for another 15 seconds or so. Sits in the smoke, waits for the stun to wear off. And there's a really nice flash here. So you can see all this util, this is just being dumped at him. Really nice util here from 100 Thieves. But potentially all of this util, this stun and this flash, absolutely pings Zellsis here. They could have just waited to use it until Zellsis was actually on site and had planted, and then they could have converged on him. So it might have been a bit over aggressive here. This is really nice movement from Zellsis, knowing exactly where he is while Flash is able to get the spike down. So the Omen Paranoia and the KO Flash have come out now as well. And 100 Thieves, again, like we saw in the first round, just get a little bit antsy trying to close this out, and their positioning breaks down. The advantage that they have in this round breaks down. Really nice flash here and swinging from Zellsis. You can see he flashed out. He flashes all three, isolates this fight. Derek is too flashed to be able to trade and has to reload. So he swings back the other. He tries to spray him down, then swings back the other way, isolates that fight with Stella, who's just caught in terrible positioning. No man's land out here, and invests the ult straight away. This is something that you need to do, especially in the clutch. Winning rounds, no matter how many players are left, just invest your ultimate. Rounds win games, not held ultimates. A really nice clutch from Zellsis, but you can see the positioning breakdown from 100 Thieves. A little bit more patience, converging all at once, making sure they're in tradable positions would have gone a long way into winning that round. All right, we're going to come into round 11, and we're going to see, again, C9 punishing the positioning of 100 Thieves. They do this really nice play out here to try and get a pick. And then on the other side of the map, as C9 tries to enter through A main, Cryo gets a pick with the op. And so C9 have a lot of information here. They know that Cryo is here, and they saw Breach util here and KO util here. They know that there's probably, if you're investing Breach and KO util into a push out, there's probably a third there, and it's probably Raze. They could have gone B here knowing that it's open, but they decide to continue to push A. Knowing that there's already a strong push out of dish, they try and isolate this fight with Cryo as a team, and they force Cryo off the angle, which allows them to get into sight. So not a bad play at all, but a great ultimate here from Derek, pushing them all the way back out of sight. And so now we see the positioning game floating back again. Now we have 4 on site here for 100 Thieves. I'm really surprised that C9 didn't try and get a rotate here, but they do get this really nice pick on Cryo, and they sort of do this minor rotate, and they come in to take sand. So they got blocked off here. They go, let's keep moving. Want to keep moving. Want to keep dynamic. We feel like we're rolling through as a squad here. We know that they've pushed up. They've run back. They could be anywhere, and they're trying to isolate these fights, I think. At least that's what it looks like to me, and that's what's working for them. So they're running around as a group, and you can see the positioning difference between both of these teams. 4 players here, all able to trade each other at any given moment, unless one of them steps too far out of line. one player here not being able to trade, one player here not being able to trade, one player here not being able to trade, and one player here on the lurk, obviously not being able to trade. The C's just sort of come up here and clear rope, but they don't sort of capitalize that quick enough. And by the time that Zeppa comes up, it's pretty much a dry peak, and he dies to Arsena in ropes. So now it's a 3v4, and then we get 2 kills here at the same time. We get Bang getting this lurk pick onto Vanity, and then just a second after, Ye's going to hit this nice shot on Stella in dish, and now we're back in a 2v3. But the advantage that 100 Thieves has is minimal because none of these players are in positions where they can trade each other. Derek swings here, trying to get the trade on Stella a little bit, but it's pretty much a completely different fight. It's, you know, Leaf takes this fight instead of Ye. And then look at the way that this is kind of interesting from both teams. So both teams are effectively just gambling these fights with each other. Bang has his ultimate, and he could use that to reposition himself either to assist Arsena and try and get a 2v1 fight. Leaf and Ye could push to try and get Spike together, but no, they both take individual fights. Eventually the smoke fades. Leaf gets the 1-up on Arsena, and Ye gets the 1-up on Bang. But you can see in this position here, C9's caged in, right? Arsena can be looking at spawn. Bang has A main covered. They have dish and site control. So in terms of what C9 actually has, it's kind of like this. They can't go anywhere. They don't need to be taking these 1v1 fights. Any of these fights that are lost, all of a sudden open up lanes to rotate. It's actually really interesting that a team at this level, 100 Thieves, will lose this round. If you look at the positioning, C9's completely caged in. The advantage that they have is that they're playing close to each other and that they can trade out. To counteract that, all 100 Thieves had to do was give up a little bit of space because they're completely caged in, right? So Bang's going to catch at least one if they try and rotate, most likely. Arsena he's low health. He's going to end up rotating this way anyway. There is absolutely no reason at all for Zellsis to be peeking out of a site here. And there's no reason for Stella to be playing anything more than this late angle and potentially watching main for anyone like if Vanity tried to walk up main. And then if Stella sees him walking out main, then Zellsis can just swing and you create another 2v1 fight. In saying that, if we play like these deep positions here and we anchor into site and try and create these trades, and Arsena comes up and plays here, C9 have to make a really ballsy call to walk through spawn to B. Like, that's their only out for this round. And Arsena could even come all the way back here. If you recognize that, you can come back here and play for late. You can play jiggling for info. Or you can play in this position, and then when the contact is made on site here, then we can swing out. Because Vanity has no smokes left. There's no way for C9 to be able to stop all of these different angles that are being looked at. But these positions aren't played in such a way that gives them the advantage of trades. 100 Thieves peak these fights individually that they absolutely have no need to do. There's no reason why you need to kill anyone in Sands. Let them have Sands at this point. You don't need it. You don't need control of Sands. You can let them have it. They need to come to you. Force them to come to you and play all these wonderful crossfires. Bang can lurk all the way up here as well. Like, so yeah, I've given 100 Thieves a lot of praise in my last 2 videos, especially for their, their post-play positioning on bind was really, really good. It's interesting to see that in these rounds that it broke down a little bit. Now, not every round's going to be perfect for every team, obviously, but I hope that you guys can take the insights here and apply them to your own gameplay. A strong position isn't a strong position just because of where you are on the map. It's all determined on how you play it. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this content, please subscribe. Leave a comment below if there's any questions you have about any of the comments that I said, or if there's any matches or rounds that you'd specifically like me to review. I'm all open to suggestions. Please, please, please let me know if there was anything interesting that you saw in any match, any agent picks, team comps, rounds that you question about the strategy of them, anything in general, I'm happy to take suggestions on for making videos. I would love to do that. It's Christmas Eve today, so if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas for tomorrow, and I will see you guys in the next video. Catch ya.